Hey guys, new update. So we're gonna just check it out. So there's an event going on for 5 billion pack opening celebration campaign. What is this? Galactic Evolution pack ticket. I don't know. And then the rest is normal here. All right, let's see. Anything here? Any ban lists? No. Well, I mean that's kind of to be expected. We have a new secret pack and a new selection pack though. Anything happening here? Okay, this is just, just cardboard we get. Let's go, free cardboard. So, we have a new card case for light. Okay. And then we have Mikanko, and then Chaos XYZ Evolution sleeve, or whatever. So, this just, okay. It's one of these sleeves. Alright. Curly icon. Light icon frame. Galactic Evolution here. So, this is just like a one-time pull from this, and then what is in here? Let's see, we have Baron de Fleur. Tuning. École de Zone. Are there any new cards in this? No, there are not. Okay. So these are all like cards that you had a chance to get at some point in time. So the only one I'm interested in here is École de Zone. If the turn player special summons exactly one monster, destroy it, and if you do, the controller of that monster special summons one mask token to the field which cannot attack directly. With attack defense equal to what the destroyed monster had on field, you can only use this effect of École de Zone once per turn. This is mandatory, right? What? Okay, if this face-up card leaves the field, destroy all mask tokens on the field. And this gives you a spellcaster token? This is pretty weird. I don't know what École de Zone is supposed to be used for, honestly. It's a UR, though. Alright, I guess, but, like, technically, you can at least use this as kind of, like, interference with what your opponent's doing if you do your full combo and then activate École de Zone before you end turn, I guess, which is alright. And then, for some reason, we have Infernoble Knight Emperor Charles. Like, I mean, this has some Infernoble cards, but isn't there already a different, like, secret pack or whatever with, like, Infernoble cards? Let me check that out real quick. Let's see. Infernoble's secret pack. Which one was that? Guided by the Noble Blade, right? Okay. Let's see what is in this one. So this one has Isolde and more Infernoble Knight cards. And in fact, I don't think it has any cards aside from Infernoble Knight cards, and it has Isolde in it. This one has Sog de Fleur, Baron de Fleur, Tuning, École de Zone. I honestly don't know why you would really want this pack or to go into this. What does Soulbinding Gate do something? To activate this card, you must control no monsters and a set spell trap. Traps you control must have been destroyed by a card effect this turn. During the main phase, exactly one monster with less attack than your LP is... If exactly one monster with less attack than your LP is summoned, and you have Z1 in your graveyard, destroy that monster, and if you do, take 800 damage, then inflict 800 damage to your opponent. That does not have a hard once per turn. So this is just a weird floodgate. Soulbinding Gate, huh? Gear Bead. During your draw phase, instead of conducting your normal draw, you can add one equip spell from your deck or graveyard to your hand. If you control an equip spell, you can place one Fire Warrior monster or one Gemini monster from your graveyard on the bottom of your deck. Draw one card. So this does some recycling. This looks like a RPG kind of like skill tree type thing. Well, the art at least, right? So that's interesting, I guess. And I have most of these cards randomly. Just Centaur Mina. Once per turn, soft once per turn during your turn when your opponent activates a trap card. Yeah. You can negate the activation. If you do, set that card. You can only use each of the following effects of Centaur Mina once per turn. During your main phase, you can special summon a level 2 or lower monster from your hand or graveyard. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material for a Wind Warrior monster, you can destroy one face-up monster on the field. Yeah, I don't really see anything super useful about these. cards here, or this like secret, like, I mean, it's a new secret though, that's for sure. I don't think like they had enough to make a secret here. Oh hey, a Levier. That's always nice. I can't believe I actually got a useful card from this. Now I don't have to craft another Levier. Nice. So then, boom. Special tickets. Let's open one of these. I want to see what this is like. So we're guaranteed at least one SR from here, I believe. Cyber Angel Benten. Pearl Lily. Gina Gishi Fucho. Early Happy Memory. Solitary Sword of Poison. What is in this? What the hell? Alright, I didn't check before opening. I got kind of distracted here. I don't even know if I want to open this or not, but we'll check. So there's Numeron Dragon and number 62 Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon for whatever reason. And then we have X Pearly Happiness and then X Pearly Noir. For some reason, these cards are like meta in TCG or something. But whatever. Won't focus on that too much right now. So we have the Galaxy Eye support. The start of your battle phase, you can detach one material from this card. This card can make up to 3 attacks on monsters during the battle phase. If this card has Galaxy Ice Photon Dragon as material, against this effect unaffected by your opponent's monster effects, gains attack equal to the combined level ranks of its attached materials times 100. So 4,800 attack 3 times at least would be expected. Okay. And you can just XYZ summon on top of this monster, which might be able to be XYZ summoned on top of a different monster, so... Actually, it might be more like 5,000 range. Huh. Alright, I guess. So let's real quick check this, though. This card is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects while it has 5 or more materials. Activated effects. So this has, like, Psychic and Punisher protection. Okay. You can detach 2 materials from this card, then target 1 card your opponent controls or in the graveyard, place it on the bottom of the deck. This is a quick effect if this card has a level 1 Pearly monster as material. And this is 2 level 7 monsters, so technically, for no real reason, you can technically make this in Kishtira. There's no point to it, but you can. And you can use a rank 2 monster you control with 5 or more materials to make this as well. Okay. Sure. X Pearly Happiness. You can also XYZ summon this card using a rank 2 monster you control with 5 or more materials. Transfer its materials to this card during your main phase. You can detach 1 material from this card, and if you do, negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls until the end of this turn. So that's kind of like the Nordic... actually, it might be a little worse, but there's a Nordic trap that does something similar to this, for example. Okay. Until the end of this turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation if this card has a level 1 Pearly monster's material during your main phase. So this is not even a quick effect. Okay. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effect's activation if this card has a level 1 Pearly monster's material. When an attack is declared involving this card that has 5 or more materials, inflict 1,500 damage to your opponent. So this, like, doesn't seem that good to me personally. Alright, and then... Oh wait, we have a lot of URs here. I mean, overall, the quality of the URs isn't that bad, right? Having 1 Numeron Dragon is nice, but I don't really... If I already have Numeron Dragon, I don't really want to see it here. Diviner of the Herald. Diviner is just useful for all sorts of decks, randomly, you know? Orphible, the Harmonious Bullfighter Bard. What is this card? Cannot be normal summon set, must be special summon from your hand by bashing 2 light and 2 dark monsters from your hand and graveyard. So like a chaos monster, I guess. Except for this card. If summoned this way, this card gains 1,000 attack for each monster banished from your hand for its summon, and can attack monsters a number of times each spell phase, up to the number of monsters banished from graveyard for its summon. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, after damage calculation, you banish that opponent's monster. So this is just, in general, like an okay beater that you play in like a Chaos deck, I guess. So that's fine. Saga of the Dragon Emperor. Target one dragon monster you control, its attack becomes doubled until the end of the turn. Then if your opponent currently controls a dragon monster, the activation of the target monster's effects cannot be negated for the rest of this turn. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Special summon one of your Dragon XYZ monsters that is banished or in your graveyard in defense position. You can only use one Saga of the Dragon Emperor effect per turn and only once a turn. I guess this card can see usage. It's not like extremely good, but I mean, your opponent controlling a Bestial is not that weird, I guess, right? My friend Pearly. So, I don't know what any of these cards do, but alright. So, reveal 3 Pearly cards from your deck except my friend Pearly, and your opponent randomly picks one for you to add to your hand. Also, shuffle the rest into your deck. If a face-up Pearly XYZ monster you control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, even during the dinner step, you can add up to 3 Pearly quick play spells with different names from your graveyard to your hand. Wait, what? Add up to 3 Pearly quick play spells with different names from your graveyard to your hand? Okay, it's graveyard. And what when? If a face-up Pearly XYZ monster you control leaves the field because of an opponent's card. That's not even by effect. So if they leave via Kaiju, that works. But unless they have a Runic Fountain, just getting 3 quick play spells only gives them like something to like activate on the next turn. Okay, I guess. Pearly Sleepy Memory. The next battle or effect damage you take this turn will become 0. You can also immediately apply the following effect. Discard 1 card, and if you do, special summon a level 1 Pearly monster from your deck. So this seems good. A Pearly XYZ monster that has that has this card as material gains the following effect. Once per turn during your opponent's standby phase, you draw 1 card. What? So you attach this to your Pearly monster somehow as material. And once returned during your opponent's standby phase, you can draw 1 card. So you will, if you're going first and you have this attached, you will just draw 1 card. Discard 1 card and special summon a level 1 Pearly monster. Alright, and then there's like 3 different Pearly XYZs here. Rank 2 ones. Well, I guess I'll just read those later. But okay. And then we have Mikanko cards. Mikanko is not actually that high rarity, right? Is it? You have Mikanko Fire Dance and Mikanko Water Arabesque. Let's see. You can special summon a Mikanko monster from your hand or deck with a different original name than the equipped monster, and if you do equip it with this card, then return the monster that was previously equipped with this card to the hand. Oh wait, this does some looping. I could use this with like Dark Grepher, because Dark Grepher, as it happens, does not have... This doesn't have to be equipped onto a Mikanko, right? Yeah. So, as it happens, you know, Mikanko monsters, apparently none of them are named Dark Grepher, as far as I'm aware. So then we have Mikanko Fire Dance here. Special summon a Mikanko monster from your hand or graveyard, and if you do equip it with this card, then you can special summon a monster from your opponent's graveyard to their field, but negate its effects. The equipped monster cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can only activate 1 Mikanko Fire Dance per turn. Wait, this is a UR? Special summon a Mikanko monster from your hand or graveyard, and if you do equip it with this card. This has to be equipped onto something because it's an equip spell. And then you activate it, right? And then they'll allow you to special summon a Mikanko monster from your hand or graveyard. Then this card will get equipped to it, or what? The hell? This is a bit confusing for me to look at, I guess. But whatever. Special summon. Or do you special summon first and then equip with this? Weird. Then you can special summon a monster from your opponent's graveyard to their field, but negate its effects. The equipped monster cannot be destroyed by card effects. Okay. Their effects are negated. So, why is this a UR? This doesn't seem that good to me. And then the rest are SR, so they're not too hard to make, I guess. This is a new card, though. Galaxy Photon Dragon. Other light monsters you control gain 500 attack. This is generic, rank 4. Okay, you can only use each of the following effects of Galaxy Photon Dragon once per turn. You can detach one material from this card, either add one Photon or Galaxy card from your deck to your hand, or send it to the graveyard. If a light monster is a special summon to your field, except during the damage step, you can target one of those monsters, its level becomes 4 or 8 until the end of the turn. So as far as I am aware, this card seems pretty nice, pretty crazy, actually, maybe, who knows. So you can detach a material from this card and either add a Photon or Galaxy card from your deck to your hand. And it doesn't lock you, right? Or send it to the graveyard. If a light monster is special summon to your field, you can change its level. Although we don't care about that. All I'm focusing on here is the ability to add a Galaxy card. And you can add, of course, let me find it. Galaxy Soldier. Galaxy Soldier has this effect. You can send one other light monster from your hand to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand in defense position, not hard once per turn. When this card is special summoned, you can add one Galaxy monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Galaxy Soldier once per turn. So this is hard once per turn, so you can do Galaxy Soldier, add Galaxy Soldier, and then special summon another Galaxy Soldier, and then with 2 light machine 5s, you get Omni Negate. Is this maybe crazy? I don't know. I don't know, like, in what deck you can really utilize this, because you're also making rank 4s. But it's probably, like, a good play when it's available. There's some deck that will probably do that, right? Surely. When this card is activated, you can send one Photon or Galaxy card from your deck to the graveyard. If Galaxy has Photon drawing and special summon to your field except during the next step, you can look at your opponent's extra deck, then you can apply one of these effects. Bash one mod. But alright, sorry. Bash one monster from it, special summon a number monster from it to your field. Okay. So you can technically yoink Diablosis from your opponent's, like, extra deck. Or you can, like, just banish a monster from it. Okay, that's cool, I guess. Is this searchable? It says Galaxy. I think Galaxy cards are searchable, right? Does this only add monsters? No. Yeah, this can search Galaxy 100 just straight up. Okay. And then we have, well, because of what Afterglow does, actually. If you control a Galaxy Eyes monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, defense position. Is this the one? No. I think it was Galaxy, like, Spiral or something that can special summon itself from the graveyard, so I guess you could technically, like, add Galaxy 100, send Spiral, I think, right? Isn't it Spiral or something like that? If I can find it in here, right? Or am I crazy? Does this card not exist? Or is it not a Galaxy card? Maybe I am being crazy. Is it this one? No, it's not this one. Galactic Spiral Dragon. Oh, it's not a Galaxy card. No, that's depressing. Yeah, I don't know exactly what you're looking to do with this card then. Maybe there's something I'm just missing. Whatever. Numbers Last Hope. Pay half your life points and target 2 monsters in your graveyard, special summon both, but negate their effects. Then immediately after this effect resolves, XYZ summon one number XYZ monster using only those 2 monsters. Also, for the rest of this turn after this card resolves, you can only special summon one more time from the extra deck. That's weird. Oh, this is always treated as a Galaxy card, though. Cool. None of the archetypes here or anything look like super expensive to me, though. So that's a nice change of pace, I guess. Because having to get, like, I would have much preferred Shangri-Era be a UR than, like, you know, all of the Kashtira main deck monsters. Like, you could probably play just, like, 2 Shangri-Era, right? But you're definitely playing 3 Unicorn, you feel me? So, the fact that we have, like, 0 main deck monsters for, like, the new archetypes here is pretty nice, I guess. Aside from that, I think you probably want, like, 3 of Sleepy Memory. And do you want 3 of My Friend Pearly? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you do. And then I don't think you need like 3 copies of Expertly Noir or 3 copies of Expertly Happiness. You can probably get away with playing like 1 or 2 of them. That would be like my assumption. But maybe you do want to play 3 and I'm just like kind of overthinking it here. But in general, not as bad considering with Tearlament you need like, assuming you wanted to play Tearlament, you would need to grab 3 Scream, 3 Rhino, 2 of Sharon, and then you would want to grab Kaleido, and then Rukalos, all UR. At least for the extra deck monsters, you only need 1 copy of each. Kikalos was SR, I guess. That's cool. But aside from that, everything was just like a UR. And I guess that there was then like Merlin and Happiness, which were normal for some reason. But yeah. Aside from like Diviner, which I don't think is like directly supporting any of these, right? I guess it kind of helps with like Mikanko. But like just having Diviner is nice in general. Because, you know, Diviner can send like Kelbeck and stuff. It can send Natis. It can send what was it called? Oh yeah, Herald of the Arclight. And then you can bring this back with Sprite Elf as well. And you can also use this to make Baron. You can use this to make Beatrice. Diviner does like a billion different things, I guess. So that's cool, I guess. Just fine. Would I summon on this right now? I'm not super interested right now. Maybe Mikanko will change my mind. You can ritual summon this card with Mikanko Kagura. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken from battles involving this card. You can only use each of the following effects. Of Ohime, the manifested Mikanko once per turn. You can reveal this card in your hand, add 1 Mikanko card from your deck to your hand, except Ohime, the manifested Mikanko. Then discard 1 card. Quick effect, you can target 1 equip spell in your graveyard, equip it to 1 appropriate monster on the field. Wait, what? Quick effect, you can target 1 equip spell in your graveyard, equip it to 1 appropriate monster on the field. So that's clearly the on-field effect, right? So you can target a equip spell in your graveyard, equip it to 1 appropriate monster on the field. Is this that useful for anything? Well, I mean, it makes sense why they banned Smoke Grenade now. It's probably because of this, just straight up. If I were to guess, but okay, I guess. You can reveal this card in hand, add a Mikanko card from your deck to your hand, so that's any Mikanko card. Is that useful? I don't know. All you have to do is reveal this, right? No. So it's reveal this and discard a card. Is that useful? I mean, I guess that depends if there's something good to equip here. Ari the Sword Mikanko? What? Okay. If this card is not equipped with an equip card, you take no damage from battles involving this card. If this card is equipped with an equip card, it cannot be destroyed by battle, and your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken from battles involving this card. If an equip card becomes equipped to this card, you can add 1 Mikanko equip spell from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Ari the Sword Mikanko once per turn. What? I guess this has some combo usage for something. Okay. If this card is not equipped with an equip card, okay, so they all have that dex, right? Cannot be destroyed by battle, and your opponent takes battle damage you would have taken from battles involving this card. So they all have that text, I guess. If this card... Okay, during your opponent's turn, while this card is equipped with an equip card, quick effect, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Take control of it until then phase. Oh, that effect is actually kind of strong. So it's just like any equip card. So like if for example you were equipped with like, I don't know, this wouldn't really happen, but let's say you're equipped with a monster like, I don't know, Gearfried, sure. Then you could steal your opponent's like monster, and this doesn't negate, right? No, it does not. Okay, that's interesting, I guess. Photon Jumper. Wait, what? Skip your next battle phase. Special summon this card from your hand and this battle phase. And then this searches a card. Wait a second, this just does search a card, right? If this card is sent to the graveyard at all, from your deck to your hand, you add a Photon Galaxy spell trap. Oh, so that's the synergy for that continuous. That makes sense, I guess. So you would send Photon Jumper with like Galaxy 100. Ah, making more sense. I thought I surely had to do something, right? Huli, the Jewel, Mikanko. If this card is not equipped with an equipped card, you take no damage. Okay, already went through this. Okay. Well, you control an equipped card. Your opponent cannot target Mikanko cards you control with card effects. If either player equips an equipped cards to this card, you can add one Mikanko trap from your deck to your hand. Mikanko trap. Mikanko rivalry. Mikanko promise. Special summon a Mikanko monster from your hand or deck, then you can equip it with one equip soul from your hand or graveyard that can equip to that monster, banish that monster when it leaves the field. Okay. Mikanko rivalry. If you control a Mikanko monster, target one face-up monster on the field, equip it with one equip spell from your deck that can equip to it. If an equipped spells is sent to your graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage step, you can banish this card, then target one equipped spell in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You can only use each effect of Mikanko rivalry card once per turn. Okay. If an equipped spell is sent to your graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, then target one equipped spell in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So it recycles an equipped spell here. You control a Mikanko monster, target one face-up monster on the field, equip it with one equipped spell from your deck that can equip to it. So this targets anything, and you can just equip an equipped spell onto it from your deck. All you need to do to activate this is to control a Mikanko. So that's weird. Mikanko dance? I mean, so far I don't see like anything crazy good here. Am I missing something? Mikanko dance Mayo Washidori. Okay. The equipped monster cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Mikanko dance Mayo Washidori once per turn. At the end of the damage step, if your Mikanko monster battled, you can target one card on the field, return it to the hand. Okay. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Mikanko monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and if you do, equip it with this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Alright. Heavenly Gate. Well, you control a monster that is equipped with an equipped card. All monsters your opponent controls that can attack must attack. Monsters equipped with equipped cards. If your Mikanko monster battles your opponent, cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. At the end of the damage step, if your Mikanko monster attacked, you can send one equipped card you control to the graveyard. You can make another attack on a monster in a row. So, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step, and at the end of the damage step, you can make a second attack. There's no hard ones per turn on this, so you can just keep sending your equip cards, I guess, off of Heavenly Gate. And if I recall these Mikanko cards, they cannot be destroyed by battle, and your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken from battles involving this card. So say your opponent has like a 2000 attack monster, I'm assuming the play is like you equip some stuff onto your Mikanko, attack, and then boom, they take 2k, attack again, after you do Heavenly Gate, right? And then, like, you send a card, and then... Does it say another card? No. I'm pretty sure you can send Heavenly Gate as well, then. No, wait, Heavenly Gate's a field spell, what am I saying? Of course you can't. Okay. So, for some reason I thought this was an equipped spell. Guess I wasn't paying enough attention. But you just send your, like, equipped spells, boom, bada pop, pow, and you just, like... make your opponent take damage for game. Even if they're in defense position, they'll still take damage, right? So, I guess that's what you're doing. That's a little bit annoying, I guess, but... like, it's possible that your opponent can cheese you. Like, this is just... Wait a second, what rarity are... Oh, the SR. Hmm. You could definitely play this like Ben K. That's all I'm thinking of right now. In the same way, you just go second and then you just like normal summon a Makanko, equip like a bajillion like equip spells onto it, and then just attack. I mean, I guess these cards probably do a little bit more than like Psychic Blade. But I mean, I get it. I think that's the basic idea here. I mean, I haven't read all the cards, so maybe I am missing something. If I were to pull on this, like, for this, like, on this selection pack, the cards I want most are probably, like, Diviner of the Herald, and then I would probably just want the Pearly cards for future. Personally, I'm not, like, super interested in Galaxy, nor am I, like, super interested in Makanko, but Makanko looks cheap enough that, well, aside from actually these URs, are these URs that important? Let me see. Water Arabesque, I guess, is good. And then we have Macaco Fire Dance. This doesn't look particularly good to me. So, like, this might be a 1-0, so it's like 1-4. So it's like maybe 4 URs, and then the rest, like, SR. So that's, like, not, like, too hefty of a craft. I mean, it does have, like, a lot of SRs, though. Like, 3 main deck SRs. None of them are rares. So in that sense, it's, like, a little bit expensive, but... I mean, I have a lot of SR crafting points, so... not a big deal at all. Let's see. Yeah. Well, I mean, while we're here, we might as well read the last 3, like, Pearly cards. At the end of the damage step, if this card battled, you can add a Pearly card from your deck to your hand. Also, if this card has Pearly Happy Memory as material, you can have the attacker one face of monster on the field up to thrice per turn when you activate a Pearly Quick Play spell card. Wait, what? Up to thrice per turn when you activate a Pearly Quick Play spell card, quick effect, you can attach that card on the field to this card as material, then you can turn 1 spell trap your opponent controls to the hand. So, at first when I was reading this card, it seemed kind of trash, but, return spell traps your opponent controls to the hand. So that's, in general, useful, but I don't know. We'll see. Once per turn, you target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of the turn. So, okay. That does not have a cost of any kind. This is a quick effect if this card has a pretty memory as material. Up to thrice per turn. Well, once again, thrice per turn. Weird. When you activate a Pearly Quick Play spell card, quick effect, you can attach that card on the field to this card as material. Then you can change the battle position of 1 monster your opponent controls. So this is once per turn. But the thrice per turn part is the attach effect. And then all this does is change the battle position of 1 monster your opponent controls. And you can do that 3 times. So, Pearly Beauty right now seeming kind of useless if we're just looking at this effect. So, it looks like they don't have 2 good effects, does it? They usually have, like, about 1 good effect. Anything that says damage step, I'm automatically just thinking isn't that great, right? Pearly Happy Memory, and then this one is Pearly Pretty Memory. So, Pearly Delicious Memory. They all mention a different card. Okay. Once per turn, you can target up to 2 spell traps in the graveyards. Attach them to this card as material. So this already is looking better because you're going to be able to get material on this one the fastest, as far as I can tell. This is a quick effect if this card has Pearly Delicious Memory as material, up to thrice per turn when you activate a Pearly Quick Play spell card. Quick effect, you can attach that card on the field to this card as material, then you can. So this is optional, right? Okay. Then you can banish 1 monster on the field until the end phase. Yeah, this one looks like the strongest one, as far as I can tell. You can potentially banish 3 monsters on the field. Yeah, this is already better than Keshtira, like, unironically. To an extent. Like, I guess the good thing about Fenrir is it doesn't name drop, like, monster. or spell trap. But it's also like only face ups, right? Yeah. So it can just banish a thing face down like on the field, which is pretty nice, right? Purely beauty, happiness. Return one spell trap your opponent controls to the hand. This is up to thrice per turn. Is there a quick, like, XYZ that you can do on these guys? Or are they still missing support or something? I haven't read all their cards yet, so I don't know for sure. But okay. This only works on spell traps though, so maybe this isn't as good as I think it is, but you would do it on yourself, right? Yeah. So you would use your own spell traps for this, probably. And then this doesn't require you to detach. None of them require you to detach materials, so even if you had 0 mat Pearlies, you can activate their effects. So this is good and bad, because if your opponent like steals your XYZ monsters from the graveyard, like with a Monster Reborn typically, they can't use their effects because they have no material because they just get Monster Reborn, right? But with like the purely monsters, for example, they can still use their effects, so that's a thing, I guess. I don't know if that'll necessarily be relevant, but what is worth noticing is that, let's see, this is a light monster, but this won't be in the graveyard because it's an extra deck monster, right? Like, I don't think you actually ever detach, so Pearly Happiness would not be in the graveyard, right? And then we have X Pearly Happiness, and then X Pearly Noir. So this is just removal from field and graveyard, and then this is nothing, as far as I'm aware. This doesn't seem to do anything. So it's like it's Pearly Noir is pretty strong though, I guess, right? That's really good removal. This needs a level 1 Pearly monster on it as material for it to be a quick effect though. And the monster in question is either Purlily or Pearly. Okay. If this card is normal special summon, you can excavate the top 3 cards of your deck, and if you do, you can add 1 excavated Pearly. Spell trap to your hand, also place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Once per turn during your main phase, you can reveal 1 Pearly quick play spell in your hand, special summon 1 XYZ monster from your extra deck that mentions that card by using this card you control as material and attach the revealed card to the summoned monster. Okay, so if you XYZ summon that way, and this counts as an XYZ summon, right? Yes. Then you will always have, like, the purely quick play spell, the correct one, on it, right? And they're actually, like, I feel like some thought was made into these, so they're not generically abusable. Like, technically they're level 2, so Sprite can technically make, like, X Purly plump, for example, but you won't be able to utilize its effects because you don't have the purely quick play spells attached onto any of them. And then this, you can't really do anything with this, right? They're pretty useless, honestly, if you don't make them with archetype cards, I guess, right? And then we have Purlily. You can add 1 Purlily card from your deck to your hand, except a quick play spell. So I was thinking, damn, this looked great, and then, no quick play spell. I don't know if that's great anymore. You can target 1 Purly quick play spell in your graveyard, special summon an XYZ monster from your extra deck that mentions that card by using this card you control as material, and if you do attach that spell to the summon monster. So far I think Purlily is looking better than Pearly. Okay. And then what was this do? Let's just check it out real quick, I guess. Choose 1 card on the field, and until the end of the next turn, the first time it would be destroyed by card effect, it is not destroyed. End of next turn. 1 card on the field. So, like, theoretically, if I had Mystic Mine on the field, and then I targeted Mystic Mine, this would protect Mystic Mine. Like, just saying. Alright. Discard 1 card, and if you do, special summon 1 level 1 Pearly monster from your deck. Okay, special summon from your deck. A purely XYZ monster that has this card as material gains the following effect. This card can attack monsters a number of times each battle phase up to the number of purely happy memory attached to it plus 1. So, up to the number. This card can attack monsters. So, not just attack. So, if you have an empty field, you can still only attack once with this. Okay, and up to the number of purely happy memory attached to it plus 1. So, you can attack monsters in twice. This is really weird wording. It's not plus 2 times, it's just twice. Which is different from like Cyber Dragon. Some of them just say you can attack like an additional 3 times. So, okay. Who needs standardization anyways? Discard 1 card, and if you do, special summon a level 1 Purely monster from your deck, a Purely XYZ monster that has this card as material against the following effect. Once per turn, you can send one other card you control to the graveyard, then target 1 card your opponent controls, attach it to this card as material. I think I'm starting to notice something about these cards. Aren't these all like 1 card combos? Like, kind of? Alright. Once per turn, you can send one other card you control to the graveyard, then target 1 card your opponent controls, attach it to this card as material. Just any card you control, so like a continuous spell trap or something. Or you can send like a face down spell trap that you just set if you wanted. And then you can use a fairly strong form of removal, attach to this card as material. Hold up, wait a second. Purely XYZ monster. This is a Purely XYZ monster. This is also a Purely XYZ monster. Okay. And then this attacks. And then Purely XYZ has gain 300 attack defense for each material attached to it. Choose 1 monster on the field. And until the end of the next turn, it cannot be destroyed by ballot. After choosing a card, then you can apply the following effect. Discard 1 card, and if you do, special summon all of 1 Purely monster from your deck. So, these effects are not optional though, right? Each player gains 1,000 life points. So this one's super easy to meet. Really pretty memory. Really happy memory. Choose 1 card on the field. Okay. I'm noticing another weird thing about all of these cards. There seems to be no locks on this. And you can just special summon these bad boys out. Like, so, are you telling me I can play Purely Kushtira for some reason? Because neither of them lock you? I'm not seeing it. Like, I don't know how I feel about this. Alright. Gains 300 attack defense for each material attached to it. And then, is that the last one? Stray, Purely Street Field spell. Your opponent cannot target Purely monsters you control with card effects. The turn they are special summoned. Once per turn, if a face-up Purely XYZ monsters you control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, special summon a level 1 Purely monster from your deck or graveyard once per turn. During that phase, you can target 1 Purely XYZ monster on the field, attach 1 Purely quick play storm from your deck or graveyard to that monster's material. Ooh. I don't know how I feel about this one, but I don't know if this is good or not, actually. Let me think about this. So this doesn't add anything, okay. If a Purely XYZ monster control leaves the field because of an opponent's card. When would that happen? I don't know. They cannot be targeted. So going second, actually. Isn't this good? Yeah, that's just Purely monsters, generically. Wait, this would be good against, like, Tearlament, actually, then. Because you can activate, like, Stray Purely Street, like, in theory, right? And then every single card they have targets, aside from, like, Rukelos, exactly. Even Solik targets. So you'd be able to, like, activate, like, one of your quick play spells to summon a Purely monster, and then they wouldn't be able to do anything to it. Aside from, like, Rukelos, the quick play. But does it discard for effect? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Then apply the following effect. So this is all in one chain, I'm assuming, right? That only makes sense. Uh-huh. And since it has this effect, it's just this one effect that applies, right? And that's how all of them work. So technically you can ash all of these, but... Oh god. Now that I'm thinking about it... Bro, how do you stop this? You can't shift through this. You can't gamma this. You only have one Ash Blossom and they have like 3, like... We can just consider these cards all to be 1-for-1, right? So they have like 3 copies of 1-for-1. How do you stop this? Going like second with a hand trap. Bro, that's rough. And how many times do they summon? Like, special summon. Is that like a 3 or 4? Yo, Maxi won't be seeing that much mileage, considering you also need, like, a card that can, like, out a towers, like, you know. Well, I mean, simple solution. Play Kaijus. Have a good time. Smile. I guess. What else are you gonna do? And this can be pretty chunky, too. Like, if this has 5 materials... And this is in defense position. This has like 5,000 defense, bro. Doesn't it? Or does it? Wait, my math is off, isn't it? 5 times 300. Like, I'm assuming that'd be the minimum, right? No. Would that be 5 then? 5. No. This would have 6 materials. Because the monster itself also counts as a material. So just to do the XYZ summon on this, like, with the bare minimum, with 5 materials, that would put this at 6 materials. And then if you go to 7 materials, you would still be immune. I'm assuming you can do that. I mean, bold assumption. I don't know for sure, but... Detach 2 materials from this card. And target 1 card your opponent controls or in the graveyard. Yeah. And then, like, with 700, so it's like 700 times, like, what was it? 500 or 300? 300. So 300 times 700 is, or not 700, 7. That's 2,100. So that would put this at like 4,900 defense and like 3,000 something attack. 3,200, I guess. That's a chunky boy. And this would have like the reverse stat line, I guess. Oh, that's pretty large and in charge. And actually towers right now. Like, there's no super good way to deal with any towers cards. What you could do is technically make Baguska to stall for time, but, like, the purely monsters... I don't think... If you don't have a way to out them in your deck, you probably won't be able to do anything about this. Oh, this is a bit strong, actually. You need a way to get to out some towers. So something like a Boral Sword is, like, good enough because they don't have battle protection. As far as I'm aware, right? So you should be able to... Oh, wait. Don't they have battle protection, potentially? They can have battle protection if you use... let's see. Which one was it? Yeah. You can use Pearly Happy Memory, right? No. This doesn't give any battle protection. Okay. Oh, this one does, though. Pearly Delicious Memory. Battle protection. So you would have to attack over them twice. How do you remove them? Oh god, this archetype seems like a pain in the ass. Like, if they get going, right? I don't know, like, how good their line is, but... Oh, hey, no, new Karibo. This always makes things better. This is always treated as a Galaxy card. You sure are, Karibo. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can discard this card, special summon a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from your hand or deck, then change the attack target to it. Then you can attach this card from the graveyard to one XYZ monster on the field as material. If a photon or galaxy monsters you control would be destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Wholesome. Very funny card as well. Okay. Now, the question is, does Pearly get any more, like, support? I am seeing a whole lack of ways to really deal with Pearly, but I guess if they need to search out all of their, like, quick play spells, and they keep adding cards, yeah, Droll, I guess. You have to Droll this, don't you? That's probably, like, what it is. It's like a Droll angle, huh? Yeah, I might have to, like, actually pull for the Pearly cards then. Not really, like, wasn't really sure, but now, like, if we actually look at them. Yeah, rough. So these are all the Pearly cards we have, and then we have Pearly. Okay. Target a Pearly XYZ monster you control. Special summon for an extra deck one Pearly XYZ monster with a different rank by using that target as material, but return it to the extra deck. During the end phase of the next turn is treated as an XYZ summon. Transfer its materials to the summon monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target up to 3 Pearly monsters in your graveyard. Shuffle them into the deck. Okay. Wait a second. No, I don't know. Is this card good? I don't think it's that good, right? Add an excavated Pearly spell trap to your hand. Actually, no, Imperm. I guess Imperm does work, right? Surely, right? Because you can't rank up into these unless you use the effects, right? Target. You can target. So that's an ignition effect. Target one Pearly quick play spell in your graveyard. Special summon an XYZ monster from your extra deck that mentions a card by using this card controls material. Actually, let me think about it for a second. No, actually, if you Gamma, for example, Gamma is pretty strong because it'll remove the Pearly card, right? And negate, but like just a monster negate, a single monster negate on any of the Pearly cards should be good enough, right? But also, because they get so many materials, oh god. They can make like a super massive Zeus. Like, I see the potential of this deck here, definitely. But this is probably a strong deck. Like, the engine seems like it probably is pretty easy to use, right? Like, if we do, like, Pearly Delicious Memory, then we special summon Pearly. We can add a Pearly card from our deck to the hand. Whatever that would be. So Pearly card, except for quick play spells. So you'd be able to add Stray Pearly Street, My Friend Pearly, or you can add a Pearly Yeep, I guess. Does this have a hard once per turn? Yes. And then after that, you can target the quick play spell in your graveyard and then special summon while you're Pearly, like, extra deck monsters. And then, how many materials are we at? We are at 1, 2, right? 2, right? Attach the spell as well, yeah. So this is at 2, and then let's say this attacks, makes Downard Zeus. That's 4, off of like 1 card. Any 1 card can instantly do that Zeus play. And then that doesn't consider if they have more stuff, they can go into like X Pearly Noir and then Zeus, and then if you do that, you're at a 7 material Zeus, just at minimum. And what is this not affected by? Your opponent's activated effects. So that means if they do activate a Zeus, they will still wipe their own board, because they aren't like truly towers. They're like Psychic and Punisher. Okay. But still, that's fairly strong. Like, A 7 material Zeus is insane. That is very hard to deal with. I mean, I haven't really played against Pearly. I haven't played Pearly yet, so I can't confirm how good or not good it is, but considering I've been hearing it being good, I can just see it being good now after reading all these cards, so. Well, we only have 3,000 right now, so I guess I'll drop, like, maybe 7k or however much I need. We'll see. And I'll try my best to get the cards, I guess. And as far as I can tell, what can you do off of one card here? So if we do... let's go back here for a second. So let's do this. If we activate, for example, let's say Pearly Pretty Memory. Actually, the best one to get material off of, which one would this be? Would it be Pearly Plump? So that's... Which one is that? Delicious Memory. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Then I'll discard a card, special summon a level 1 Pearly monster. Like, doesn't matter what the monster is, I guess. Now that I think about it, you can summon these off of 1 for 1. There's a good amount of, like, level 1 support just randomly, like, where Arf Thou, which is fitting, because, as far as I know, these are kind of like dogs, right? Like, wait, this is a Dark Fairy. Like, very Dark Fairy. I play this with Dark Lords? Nah, probably not. But it would be funny if you could. Anyways. So, Pearly, and then you do add my friend Pearly, a 500, reveal 3 Pearly cards from your deck, except my friend Pearly, and your opponent randomly picks 1 for you. Attack. It doesn't say, like, different names, right? So, you shuffle the rest into your deck. And then this one adds 3 Pearly, up to 3 Pearly quick play spells from different names from your graveyard to your hand. So you have recovery with this the next turn as well. So I can reveal, for example, like 2 delicious memories, and then like 1 happy memory, assuming I use pretty memory already, right? And then I'll be able to add really happy memory. And if I discarded a spell off of this, I can attach it with X Pearly Plump. Or I could reveal 3 if there's still 3 in my deck, I guess, right? Yeah, and then X Pearly Plump attached to... Oh, no. How many hand cards did I need for this? I discarded 2. So, isn't this close to like a 2-card combo, actually? What? Am I crazy in thinking this? What? But you know, it would be funny to play XYZ Encore because without any materials, this would be useless. And this card might be unaffected by your opponent's activated effects, but you know what's not affected? The materials. So XYZ Encore might be funny to play, actually. I just need to check the rarity for XYZ Encore, I guess. And then we go from there, maybe? XYZ Encore. Oh, all my decks are in use right now. Well, we'll go with this one. This trashy Charmer list, whatever. Okay, so let's see. XYZ Encore. This just works, right? Yeah. Target 1 face up XYZ monster your opponent controls that has XYZ material. Detach all XYZ materials from it, and if you do, return it to the extra deck. Then if there's a monster card in the graveyard among those detach XYZ materials, special summon as many of those monsters as possible from the graveyard to your opponent's side of the field in face-up defense position. Their levels are reduced by 1 on the field. Wait, you can't reduce a level 1 monster anymore, but okay. But wait. Special summon those monsters as well from the graveyard to your opponent's side of the field. This isn't even that good, because it summons back the material still. I mean, the majority of them will be spells, right? But, their, XYZ, their rank 2s, actually still have effects. So, not looking the best in this case, either. But, oh wait, weren't they fairies? Ah, so you're saying they can play this. Would you want to play this with them, though? I think it would be okay, probably. So whatever, I guess. I mean, either way. Right now, it looks like a main deck kaijuing type of, like, meta. So, they don't actually have any negate, so they're still easier to deal with than some other, like, archetypes, so. If you can run, like, Small World, like how Blackwing does, for example, Blackwing can Small World away the Radiant, or search Radiant with Small World, so you'll have, like, an okay time, I guess. But, yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And maybe I'll, grab some gems and do some pulls. Who knows? Well, see you guys.